After a long dry spell, we've been getting plenty of rain the last week or so. And I want to show you what's going on in my garden. I was really surprised to find some of what I found. First of all, my new seedlings are doing amazing. But look at this. Huge. I've been leaving these plants in the ground to hold the soil until I get something new to put in here. But look at this. Huge. Huge. I don't know what I'm going to do with all of this broccoli. And then this is what really surprised me over here. I didn't know I had any cauliflower anywhere near ready to be picked, but look at this thing. It's huge and it's gorgeous. And then I also saw, where is it? I know I saw a giant zucchini in here somewhere. I've lost it again. They're good at hiding. Maybe it was over here. Yeah, here it is. I've seen bigger, but I did just pick a few days ago, so that's massive. And then look, more broccoli. More broccoli ready to be picked today. Just massive. Look at this one. This one's falling over under the weight. It's huge compared to my hand. Look at that. And I've got even more broccoli over here, either ready to be picked or almost ready. Look at those. My goodness. All my neighbors will be eating broccoli today. I'm happy with this. The compost bin is full of stuff I've been pulling up. Dahlias look amazing. I hope these sweet potatoes will be ready to harvest soon. And here's a purple cabbage to pick. I also want to take you over here and show you the asparagus bed. Oh, here's my other succulent bed. We ate asparagus last night, and I'm sure I've got more to pick this morning. I cut it all back recently. And look at all these beautiful spears. I'll have enough to cook up again today. And you can see all the baby asparagus plants coming up everywhere. Really exciting. So here's the asparagus that I harvested. Still not a ton, but it's just starting to come on. And then look at all of the red strawberries that need to be harvested, especially over here. And they're just full of flowers. And this is just one side. We have the other side too. When I made a huge batch of strawberry jam recently, I used the 3 bags of strawberries that I had in the freezer. Now I need to refill the freezer. So I've been working out in the garden for hours today. See the beautiful garden. And I want to show you the new plants. This is my main objective today, is to deal with these plants. Now I get these plants in Otavalo from a company called Pilvixa. These little starts, I order them on Friday, and then they usually arrive on Tuesday. This week I didn't get them till Wednesday. Now most of these I plan to put in the greenhouse today. I've got grape tomatoes, regular tomatoes, cucumbers, celery, basil, and bell peppers that are going in the greenhouse. So those I'll just direct sow. And they're really healthy little starts. They don't cost much. I think the most expensive ones are the tomatoes at about 25 cents each, but many of them only cost 2 or 3 cents each. What I normally do with all of my broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, purple cabbage, onions, beets, zucchini, things like that, is I pot them up first in some of my compost in these little pots in trays. and I'll keep them in the garage for a few days where they get shade. Then I'll bring them outside like these, and I'll harden them off. I'll let them gradually get used to the wind and the sun. And then I like to put them in my garden. Now, I said earlier that I was leaving some of my broccoli plants even though we harvested the tops off of them. That's because I don't currently have any plants ready to put in that bed. But I do try to time it so that I have plants already well rooted and established in the pots, ready to go into the beds as soon as I harvest or clear a bed. I'm still trying to get back in the groove after our trip to Alaska, but these I usually will leave them in the pots anywhere from 1 to 2 weeks, and then they'll be ready to go in the garden. And when I do that, they get off to a much better start. In fact, let me show you the difference. The last time I ordered plants, I ordered 30 cauliflower plants, and they accidentally sent me 300. So these very nicely established plants in this bed right here, I've got some purple cabbage here, and then down there I think that's cauliflower, it might be green cabbage, whatever it is. These are doing really well. But I had so many extra cauliflower plants, and I'm going to show you what I did with them. Out here where we have our pumpkin patch and our bean plants growing, we quickly threw together this bed and planted a bunch of extra cauliflower plants here. Some of them have basically died back to nothing. The other ones a lot of them are doing okay. I do think they'll produce cauliflower, but they're not nearly as nice and well established as the other ones that I started in pots and babied at first until they had well established roots. So that's the difference. But here in the pumpkin patch, I've got these beans growing, lots of beans growing. We'll have a really huge bean harvest. And then I call it the pumpkin patch, but it's really not pumpkins that I have growing here. I have butternut squash growing. See, these are some of the newer plants of the butternut squashes. And then some of the older plants are dying off, but they've already produced some squashes. So yeah, that's where we're at. You can see over here another big butternut squash, nearly ready to be harvested.